Hello everyone, my name is Quad and welcome to a video that will show you all the primed mods you can get in Warframe. Besides just showing you all the mods, I will also try to tell you which ones are actually worth getting, but first, let me make a little introduction to the primed mods. Some are extremely good, but some are a bit more niche and don't really have that many uses. Prime mods are mods that are basically an expensive upgrade to mods you already should have by just playing the game. Maxing a prime mod can lead to burnouts left, right and center, since maxing only one of them requires almost 2 million credits and 41,000 endo. Yes, 41,000 endo. And I maxed all of them. Besides the high costs of maxing the prime mods, you also have an extremely high mod capacity requirement, which may be quite hard to fit on the things you are modding. However, when you max the prime mods and format your item of choice enough to put the prime mods on, you will be golden, or primed, I guess. We will go over all the prime mods in groups by what they are used for. I will also tell you if they are worth it. However, remember that this is only my opinion, depending mostly on my playstyle, so if you disagree with me, tell me down in the comments in a Victorian fashion. Good sirs and sirettes. Ladies. Let's first go over the prime mods you can get from Barrow-Kitir, if he brings them from his Void Expedition. Every 2 weeks Barrow will bring one or more prime mod, almost at random. There is no way of predicting which mod he will bring exactly, but you can speculate a bit and look at the wiki when the prime mod you are looking for came last. If it's like half a year ago, it's safe to say that it will come, well, soon. They usually come in half a year or 3/4 of a year, so yeah, you know, it is kinda hard to get them. But anyways, let's now go over the primed Bane mods. Primed Bane of Corpus, Primed Bane of Corrupted, Primed Bane of Grineer, and Primed Bane of Infested are 4 mods that increase the damage your rifle primary weapons deal against the mentioned faction. The damage increase is 1.55 times, which is really good. I will oversimplify this, but there is a specific math formula behind how this Bane mod damage works and how everything is calculated, but the consensus in the community is that the mod is really good to have as the 8th slot mod at least, because it basically multiplies all the damage you deal against the target 1.55 times. The only downside I see with these mods is that you don't actually see the amount of damage you will do to a faction when you're modding things, so you have to calculate everything manually, and that you do have to exchange the Bane mods depending which faction you are up against. There's been numerous times I went against the Grineer with the Prime Bane of Corrupted equipped, so yeah, don't be me. You can get primed Bane mods from Barrow, as I said, if he brings them with him for 140,000 credits and 400 ducats each, which can be expensive but worth it in the long run, especially for the endgame. Primed Cleanse Corpus, Primed Cleanse Grineer, Primed Cleanse Corrupted, and Primed Cleanse Infested is the next group of mods that work exactly the same as the primed Bane mods, but they only fit on the shotgun primary weapons. Of course, I would get them as soon as I can. You can get them from Barrow for 140,000 credits and 350 ducats each. And yet another group of faction-based mods are the primed Expel mods. Primed Expel Corpus, Primed Expel Corrupted, Primed Expel Grineer, and Primed Expel Infested. You can get them for your secondary weapons and, well, they increase the damage you deal 155 times at max and work exactly the same as the Bane and the Cleanse groups of mods we already mentioned. You can get them from Barrow-Kitir for 140,000 credits and 350 ducats each. And the last group of faction-based mods are Primed Smite mods. Primed Smite Corpus, Primed Smite Corrupted, Primed Smite Grineer, and Primed Smite Infested. They fit on your melee weapon you have and skyrocket your damage 1.55 times, They work exactly the same as the Bane, Cleanse and Expel mod groups we already mentioned before, and it obviously is worth getting. It is one of the best group of mods, I think. You can get them for 140,000 credits and 350 ducats each from your regional scammer Barrow-Keteer. Now let's go over the mods you can get from Barrow for your Warframe. Primed Continuity is amazing for any Warframe that works with ability duration, since it increases the duration of your abilities by 55%. Since many Warframes depend on ability duration, I'd say this mod is a must-have to play longer missions with energy drain Xmas units, or if you don't have a reliable energy generating method. Longer ability duration means less energy used, and less energy used means, well, you don't need that much energy. You can get the mod from Barrow-Keteer for 100,000 credits and 350 ducats. Prime Flow mod is the next one, and it is also extremely important since it increases the energy pool of your Warframe by 185%. So if your Warframe has 100 energy, with this mod it will have 185 plus 100, which is 285. Genius. This is a crucial mod for Warframes that focus on ability use like Octavia, Protea, and so on. If you find yourself lacking energy, maybe a higher storage capacity, is what you need, but I would still focus on some way to generate more energy. It is better, but this mod definitely helps. It is very useful. You can get it from Barrow for 110,000 credits and 350 ducats. Primed Redirection is one of the mods that has lost its popularity a bit with the introduction of the Overguard, a special armor kind of. Anyways, Primed Redirection increases the Warframe's shield capacity by 180%. As I said, this is not a mod you need to get because of the Overguard mechanic. However, some Warframes, like Hildryn for example, can use the mod to increase her energy pool. If you like to play with Hildryn, get it. And if you really like to play mid-game, because endgame is really dominated by Overguard, really. The shields just explode. One hit, destroyed. So yeah, not the best. You can get it from Barrow for 225,000 credits and 350 ducats. The next few mods we are going to go over are companion-based and can be bought from Barrow yet again. Primed Animal Instinct is a mod I have on all my companions. It increases your loot radar by 55 and enemy radar by 33, which means you will be able to see more things on the minimap. I'd say this mod is essential for farming resources from crates or for just seeing where they are. This mod also stacks with other loot radar mods and enemy radar mods, so your loot radar range can increase to insane levels. Great for farming with Zaku, Limbo or Mag. You can buy this mod from Barrow-Keteer for 200,000 credits and 300 ducats. I really recommend it. The other companion mod Barrow can get you is Primed Regen, which will reduce the time your sentinels need to recover from destruction. The amount of time is 35 seconds, which is quite a lot. In addition, your sentinel also gets 10 seconds of invulnerability, which is just a cherry on top. I don't really use this mod since I don't play with sentinels a lot and prefer my Kavat Natse, but if you love using sentinels, be sure to get this from Barrow for 220,000 credits and 300 ducats. It is especially good on Helios, for example, or Oxylus when playing in open worlds, so yeah, get it. And the last companion mod, Primed Pack Leader, is a mod that can be quite good if you struggle to keep your companions alive and love to play with melee weapons. Each hit you deal with your melee weapon will heal your companion by 183 health points and will also transform excess of the health into Overguard, so when your companion is at full health, it will go into Overguard. Great for keeping your companion alive. I honestly totally forgot this mod existed and I'm struggling with keeping my companions alive, so yeah, it is great, I just don't play melee a lot. You can get it from Barrow-Keteer for 200,000 credits and 300 ducats. But now let's continue to the next few mods we will glance over, all melee weapon primed mods, also from Barrowketeer. Primed Fever Strike is a mod that is a must-have in my opinion. It multiplies your melee weapon's damage by 165% as toxin status damage. This not only skyrockets your damage, but also adds toxin to your damage, which is, in my opinion, one of the best status effects in the game right now. I truly recommend it. You can get it from Barrow for 200,000 credits and 350 ducats. Primed Heavy Trauma is by all means a garbage mod with very little use in my opinion. It increases impact damage of your melee weapon by 165%, which sounds good, but the impact status effect itself is garbage compared to the other status effects. Its only use I can come up with is staggering enemies a bit and increasing the mercy kill bar to heavy enemies. It doesn't have many uses. I don't recommend getting it, but if you do, you can get it from Barrow for 100,000 credits and 350 ducats. The next one, Primed Pressure Point, is an amazing mod to have for your melee weapons. It increases the damage you deal with the melee weapons by 165%, which is a lot. It is great for mid and late game, but it is not the best for doing extremely long level cap missions. Condition Overload and Sacrificial Pressure, with all the other Umbra mods, excel in that, especially with the status-based builds. Anyways, I do recommend getting this mod since it opens a lot of choices with builds like critical-based ones or hybrid ones. But yeah, you can get it from Barrow for 300,000 credits and 385 ducats. The next one is Primed Reach. It increases the range of your melee attacks. It is quite nice, there is literally nothing else to say here. If you like melee, get it, it's good. You can get it from Barrow for 300,000 credits and 385 ducats. And that is all the melee mods. Let's now look at the mods you can put on your shotgun primary weapons, yet again from Barrow. Primed Ammo Stock increases your magazine capacity of the shotguns by 110%, which is not extremely useful, but it does allow you to do some insane builds. For example, a Kuva Heck Outfire build that allows you to do insane amounts of damage in short succession, or Tigris with a 4-round burst that deals massive amounts of damage. Yeah, this mod is quite niche and it is not really needed. You can get it from Barrow for 200,000 credits and 280 ducats, but yet again, not that useful. Primed Charged Shell is insanely good since it multiplies the damage you deal by 185% shock status. This skyrockets your damage into oblivion. Shock damage may not be the best at the moment, but it is quite good status to use for crowd control. I recommend getting it if you love playing with shotguns and against the Corpus, even though I think everyone still prefers Toxin. You can get this mod from Barrow for 200,000 credits and 350 ducats. The next one is Primed Chilling Grasp mod, which does exactly the same as the Charged Shell mod. It multiplies the damage you deal by 165% cold damage, which is quite nice for critical-based builds due to the cold status mechanics in Warframe. I recommend getting this mod since it also absolutely skyrockets your damage as well, so yeah, it is nice. You can get it from Barrow for 125,000 credits and 350 ducats. The next mod, Primed Point Blank, is the mod you need if you love to play with shotguns. It multiplies your shotgun's damage by 165%, which is great. I absolutely recommend getting it since it helps any shotgun in any scenario really. You can get it from Barrowketeer for 110,000 credits and 300,000 ducats. No, 300, only 300. You need it. Primed Ravage will increase the critical damage of your shotguns by 110%. Great for every crit-based shotgun, like Astilla for example. I truly recommend getting it since it raises your damage through the roof, and obviously more damage is also good, so I recommend it if you like playing with shotguns. Or if you don't, just get it. You can get it from Barrow for 100,000 credits and 280 ducats. And the next on the list is Primed Tactical Pump, which will increase the shotgun reload speed by 100%, which is great for many shotguns, like Velarx for example, that loads each round one by one. It is not really a must-have mod, but I do think it allows for some fun builds and extremely quick playstyle. And I forgot to write how much it costs in the script. Okay, 140,000 credits and 300 ducats. So yeah, not that expensive at least. And that is it for the shotgun primed mods. The next mods we'll take a look at are the primed rifle primary mods. You can get them from Barrowketeer, as always. But yeah, let's start with the primed magazine warp, which increases your primary rifle's magazine capacity by 55%, which can be fun on some builds like Kuvaton Core or Vectis Sniper Rifle. You know, you get more than one shot. But yeah, you can also increase the magazine capacity of Gorgon, Grakata, and so on. You know, the fun weapons. It is quite fun. It is not that useful in my opinion, but you can get it for 200,000 credits and 280 ducats. The next one is Primed Fast Hands, which will make you reload your weapons 55% faster, which can be fine on some weapons that have insanely long reload times, like Trumna for example. It is not really essential, but it is a mod you can add to get some additional edge if you don't know what else to put on your gun and you have some extra mod capacity. You can get the mod from Barrowketeer for 120,000 credits and 375 ducats. And now the last primary rifle mod, Primed Cryo Rounds, is the last mod that multiplies your damage by 165% cold status. This is absolutely amazing since it not only makes you deal far more damage, but it also spreads more status effects, cold out of all of them. Great for critical builds. I suggest getting it since it allows you to make some nice combinations with your builds, or like viral status effect I guess. So yeah, you can buy it from Barrowketeer for 110,000 credits and 350 ducats. And yeah, that is all the rifle primed mods. Now let's look at the pistol ones, I mean the secondary weapon ones. From Barrowketeer of course. Primed Convulsion multiplies your secondary's damage by 165% and plops an electricity status type on it as well. Great for high status chance weapons and for crowd control plus killing. You know, the damage increase is quite high and there is some damage over time and, as I said, crowd control. You can get it from Barrowketeer for 175,000 credits and 350 ducats. Primed Heated Charge works exactly the same as the previous mod we mentioned. It multiplies your damage by 165% and makes it a heat status effect. I use this mod if I have only one status effect type on the weapon all the time for increased damage and damage over time. I truly recommend this mod because heat status is extremely good. And I do like the artwork of this mod. I don't know, I just like it. You can get it for 175,000 credits and 350 ducats from Barrowketeer. The next mod, Primed Pistol Gambit, is a must-have. It increases the critical chance of your secondary by whopping 187%, which is bonkers. It is great for critical weapons, especially if you want to reach red or even pink criticals. So yeah, in conclusion, I suggest you get it. It is really good. You can get it from Barrow for 220,000 credits and 400 ducats. Yes, get it if you want those pink crits. And the next one to complement the Primed Pistol Gambit is Primed Target Cracker. This mod is insane. It multiplies all the critical damage by 110%, which is, yeah, more critical damage I guess. Always good. And it is a must-have. I also forgot to write how much it costs in the script. It will cost you 150,000 credits and 400 ducats. The next mod is Primed Quickdraw, which increases your secondary weapon's reload speed by 88%, which is quite a lot. In my opinion, this mod is not really essential to have, but it does allow you to make some fun ultra speed builds, for example with Twin Grakatas. Really cool and really fun. They're very fun to use, but not the best, you know. You can get this mod for 120,000 credits and 375 ducats from Barrowketeer. And the last primed mod for secondary weapons, Primed Slip Magazine, which increases magazine capacity of your secondary weapons by 55%, which is great for many weapons in this class. For example, Atomos, Axomati, Furis, and the list goes on and on. I myself don't use it, especially if I have enough ammo, but it can be good as the last mod slot to use. So yeah, if you don't need more damage, just use this one. You can get this mod for 200,000 credits and 280 ducats. And yeah, let's go to the next group of mods that are still from Barrow, and they will expand the explosion radius of your explosive weapons, first for primary and then for secondary. For primary explosive weapons, we have Firestorm, which increases the blast radius by 44%. This is a must-have mod for all the room clear weapons. Tenet Envoy, Kuvazar, Kuva Brahma, Lens, and on and on. The list is just wow. I suggest getting it. You can get it from Barrowketeer for 175,000 credits and 350 ducats. Yeah, this is especially good if you're playing solo, so yeah, extremely hard steel path. For secondary explosive weapons, there is Primed Fulmination, which increases the radius of your explosions by 44%. This may not be the best of mods, since there are not many secondary weapons that can use it effectively, but to list some, there are Zakti, Ygritte, Acarius, Epitaph, Stug, and maybe even more. You can buy it from Barrowketeer for 175,000 credits and 350 ducats. But yeah, let's now go over the mods that are kind of useless in the early game, but can be a lifesaver in the end game, those being the ammo mutation mods. Still, all from your boy Barrowketeer. Primed Rifle Ammo Mutation, Primed Shotgun Ammo Mutation, Primed Sniper Ammo Mutation, and Primed Pistol Ammo Mutation are mods that transform other ammo type pickups in the ammo type into the one you want, with 92% efficiency. This is pretty good. I suggest getting these mods only if you play with weapons that consume a very large amount of ammo. For example, Bore and Com for shotguns, or some automatic dual pistols. For example, Axomati, even Atomos need some. I think the ammo mutation mods are not essential unless you're going for long runs that get harder and harder and you need more ammo to kill enemies. You can get each mod from Barrow for 140,000 credits and 400 ducats each. But yeah, I'd say they're not really essential, but if you're one of those freaks that goes for extremely long runs and level caps, yes, get them. The next two mods only fit on your Archwings and Archwing weapons. You can get them from Barrow yet again. Primed Morphic Transformer increases your Archwing ability strength by 55%, which is great, on paper. The only bad thing about this is that Archwing missions are so rare, you will usually not need to get this mod to complete even the Steel Path version of the star chart. I do not recommend getting it if you feel burnt out, but if you want to get it just to collect it, be my guest. You can get it from Barrowketeer for 150,000 credits and 350 ducats. But the next mod, Primed Rubido-lined Barrel, is actually worth it, since it can be used even outside Archwing missions. It increases Archwing weapon damage by 187%, which is a massive improvement to the stock option, the normal one. I recommend getting this mod since you can use it later on Necromext against the Prophet Taker, and so on. It is worth it. You can get it from Barrowketeer for 175,000 credits and 350 ducats. But yeah, that is all the primed mods you can get from Barrowketeer. The next 4 mods will be available to you at your 200th, 400th, 600th, and 900th day of login. You will get 3 choices, even though there are 4 mods on the 200th day, so a random mod from all the ones I will mention will be excluded, but from that point on, you'll be able to choose at will any one of the 3. Primed Sure-Footed is a mod that is almost essential if you love using explosive weapons. It has a 99.99% chance to safeguard you from staggers dealt by yourself or the enemies. I know, it says 100%, but it is not true actually. You're basically always on your feet still, and mobile, which greatly improves your survivability in missions that really hit like a truck. If it is possible, take it on your 200th day of login. It is worth it. Primed Fury is the second mod you can choose from, which increases your melee weapon attack speed by 55%, which can be quite bonkers on some weapons. I'd get this mod if you like playing with melee weapons, but if you like to play with primary rifles, I'd rather take the next one here. Primed Shred increases your fire rate by 55% and adds 2.2 punch through to your primary rifles. It is insanely good on Soma Prime, for example, or any rifle that already has a high fire rate. And the last of your 4 daily login mods, Primed Vigor, which increases your health and shields of your Warframe by 75% each. This mod is great for some mid-game survivability, but can easily be replaced with Primed Redirection or Umbral Vitality mods. I myself used to use it a lot back in the day when I got it, but nowadays it's more or less just collecting dust if I don't put it on Inaros, for example, to have extreme amounts of health. I would like to know your opinion on this mod specifically. I know some people use it for Hildrin to get even more shields, some hate it, some use it for, as I said, Inaros to get even more health, but honestly it is kinda useless with the shield gating we have now. But anyways, at this point I am just rambling. To let you know, you can also trade all of the Prime mods with the exclusion of the ones you get from daily login. They go for quite a lot of plats, so I suggest you invest quite a lot in them and check the prices if you're willing to buy them. Or sell them, you know, you need to get that sweet spot for platinum. With this, what I wanted to do with this video is done. I wish you a primed day and good luck on your Warframe journey. Have a nice day everyone, and goodbye.